Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here comes our next replay. This is from Destroyer Zeka, who's also using a subscriber benefit. So thank you very much for supporting the channel, Zeka. Appreciate you, Mitch. This is the Marceau, which is a tier 10 French destroyer. I believe you can get it for coal, and she's a very rewarding boat if you can, one, aim, and two, maneuver. Those are really the key skills necessary to do well in this ship. She's got 127mm guns, which are quite floaty. Hello, Wider. At range, so that's where the knowing how to aim comes to play. She's got pretty serviceable torpedoes that are, pretty comfortable to use at 9 km, good for ambushing other ships and that sort of thing. Her concealment is fine if you've built into concealment build. You get to 7 km. It's not the greatest at tier 10, but it does allow you to go dark and reposition and that sort of thing. She's a very fast boat as well, speaking of repositioning. So let's take a look at the build. We've got main armaments mod 1, engine boost modification, aiming systems, propulsion, concealment, and then finally main battery mod 3, of course, for reload. What a lot of players use for the Marceau, I don't know anything different I'd want to use. What's your rudder shift time? Here, 4.8 seconds. Yeah, that's fine. So that makes perfect sense there. For captain skills, Zeka's got Abanyu. Now, Abanyu has a couple of special talents. One is when it comes to capturing a key area, he gets an extra 10% chance of causing a flood with torpedoes and whatever else, and a 1% extra chance of causing a fire. And then if he gets a devastating strike achievement, he gets torpedo and main battery reload time buff, which is really sexy. And it's possible to get this in a destroyer. 2 million potential damage. You get a buff to your speed. So Abanyu on a destroyer isn't a bad choice. He does also have buffed survivability expert, so he gets 50 more HP per tier. It's a tier 10, so that's 500 extra HP. That's important on a Marceau because it does not have a heal. So, Zeka's build, he's gone with preventative maintenance, last stand, survivability, concealment, fearless brawler. The ship does not have a smoke, so if he's firing his guns, he might as well get a 10% reload buff to his guns. He's got adrenaline rush, Mabas for an extra automatic 5% to main battery, and then grease the gear so he can turn his main battery quicker. Now he's not taking radiolocation. Typically you would drop Mabas and grease the gears in order to take radio. Radio does help in hunting down enemy destroyers and subs, and you just simply run them down because you're faster than them. However, you're maybe less effective at those destroyer engagements. If you face spot enemy destroyer and you're in a one-on-one, Mabas helps you kill that enemy destroyer quicker. You do also get a benefit to anti-air. And then finally, if you are mainly looking to farm battleships and cruisers with your silly DPM, your ability to start fires, then Mabas and grease the gears makes perfect sense. So Zeka, I'm guessing your focus here is farming.
I wonder if this is a Khazar gunboat build or a clever captain. Because the grease the gears doesn't make much sense on a Marceau. The turrets are super quick on it.
Oh. At 6 seconds, yeah. Well, and with this being a premium ship, you're typically going to put the ship on a tech tree and then go from there. So, yeah, without it, it's 6.9 seconds. So, that makes sense. And Zeki, you can, of course, chime in if you want as to where Abanyu is currently on the tech tree. In the meantime, for flags, we've got ship XP, or ship HP, ramming, both fire chance flags, the fire flood chance, fire reduction, speed, consumables, and you might as well just put anti-air on because there's really no other flag that you can effectively use. So sure. Alright, let's get to the battle. So Grunty, we just finished doing a Odin replay from Big O. And we're doing Zeka's game here. This is a Marceau, and then we have a kid game coming up next afterwards for Zeka, and then we'll figure where it goes. Mogador. Okay.
Yeah, I completely missed the Odin game or something. Yeah, Mogador makes perfect sense. That turret traverse is kind of terrible, so Grease Gear is perfectly.
Oh, now this is interesting because Sohn is in the game on your team, and Bo is on the enemy team in the Trump. That's kind of funny. Oh, and then there's Submarine M1. That's another person I recognize. He used to be a big follower of the channel. Go ahead, what?
And a 3x div or 2 on the enemy team. Jeez.
Yeah, this is wild. There's a lot of divs here. That's
And you have
gonna
rain.
yeah. Yeah. But this is NA rain. I don't know if that's the same as the EU raid. Probably not. Same thing with the 3x and 4x. But anyways, a lot of at least clans that are recognizable here. So this is Greece. It's a super ship game, but you knew that because you dived with Sohn's Hanover. Curious as to why you're going kind of middle here instead of cutting down like the 10 line straight on the edge of the map.
Did Zeka change his name in game? What the hell?
Yes, Catgirls Are Superior is his name. Giveaway up and running for blue bonuses, guys. You just have to be a follower of the channel and active. This is on Twitch. If you're on YouTube, Rumble, or Kick, head on over to Twitch. You got 10 minutes to enter, I believe. Yes. And you just have to be a follower and write anything in chat, like what Grunty just did. Falcon returns from lurking just so he can enter the giveaway. Makes perfect sense, dude. So Novosibirsk detected. Obviously, that's within radar range. Hey, Royal Mommy. Jake Jones, good to see you. See, the nice thing, too, is this is my way of, you know, being able to say hi to people that have otherwise been lurking. I'm curious about your FPS, dude. You are playing the game at like 160 frames. Wow. Came home early today, slipped in the mud, and messed up your knee a bit. Oof, Ouija, don't do that. That hurts. Now, Zeka's been just zooming around. What we see a lot of random battle players do is they open up on the first target they see. Zeka's not doing that, and it's very smart. No point in telling the enemy exactly where you are and letting them focus you down while the rest of your team is miles behind you. This, though, is aggressive. Going through this channel here, I'd say, is extremely aggressive. I would have gone around the channel on the 10 line.
I mean, the good news is these two cruisers are behind an island, so even if he gets spotted, I don't think they can shoot him.
No. They can radar him, and that's about it. Yeah. There is an Ibuki over there. I'm just surprised you haven't seen a destroyer. I'm sure you're thinking the same thing, but there are only 2 destroyers. A Marceau and a Trump of theirs. Marceau's at A. Trump is divisioned.
Okay.
With the
if
mech.
Novo radars right now, you're in trouble, though.
Yeah, and the mech is over at A as well. So Bo is probably either heading to B right now, or he's chilling over at A. Oof. Sohn wrecks that Ibuki. Very nice, very nice.
I'm really surprised this Novo doesn't radar because, like, they know the Hanover is here, right? So they should know that Zeka is here.
Mm-hmm. Yep, if they're smart, look at the div, like what we were just talking about. It looks to me like that Minotaur is actually a smoke Minotaur.
Yeah, but the Novo...
Yeah, I know, but the Novo. But I'm just saying, like, that's interesting because usually at tier 10, Minotaurs run radar. Most. Like good Minotaurs typically run radar.
That's why I run smoke.
That's why you run smoke, because you're not good in it?
No, I'm not.
That's too funny.
Knowing that I'm not good in it already makes me better than the average for the Minotaur player.
You used to run radar Minotaur till you got ledge mod. Yeah, see, that's the thing, is that the ledge mod encourages you to run smoke, yeah, because you have to. AP
Tower.
Smog Tower. That makes sense.
I mean, Web is already burning, and if you can hit the superstructure, then the AP does a bit more damage than the HE.
And it's guaranteed even with overpens, yep.
I'd probably just aim bow or stern bow with the HE to get another fire, but that's me.
Well, you could do that, but of course you're playing against a player who's clearly, you know, they know what's up, right? And most players will allow one fire to burn and then they'll immediately DCP a second. So if you think about it,
you can force a DCP and then go to town
yeah.
again.
Or you just do it the once and then not worry about that game, because I don't know about you, how many times I've forced a DCP and then never got a damn fire again.
All the time.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Alright, I like your use of DFA there. Forces submarine M1 to drop quickly and miss. And these guys are running away from you fast. Marceau, oh no, look at your Shinano. Your Marceau, or the enemy Marceau, might kill the Shinano. Oof. You have Philippe in your Kleber, and you also use him on your Marceau. The grease the gears thing does drive me a little nuts sometimes. Yeah, well, that's the biggest problem when you're using a ship for tech tree, and then you're using that same class as a premium ship. You don't necessarily get the most effective build. It's pretty effective, but not the best. Why he didn't send Torps in the repub? Yeah, Pockington kind of answered it right there. Oof, there goes Sohn. He didn't get the memo everybody else was stopping. And the Marceau turned around after the Shinano almost got killed. Looks like he's trying to farm him at max range with the range skill or whatever.
Does that even work? Doesn't Marceau even pen the Shinano?
You just try and you just start fires. Speaking of which, at this point, I'd probably go guns hot on, there you go, on the Giuseppe Verdi. Or the Salem. Salem would be a better choice. He's very low right now, and he's capping B, so you get some resets for XP. And you got bombers coming in, so you can put your defensive anti-air up. Or forget that you have it. That's fine, too.
Just gotta hope that the Salem is not baiting and can actually heal.
Right. Oh, look, he's healing.
Oh, no.
Marceau can't get too close to the Incomp and Clausewitz. And it really depends on the player at that point. And Bo burns down the Incomparable. Look at where he is. He's all the way at A1. Wow.
I totally jinxed that, huh? Didn't I?
You did totally jinx it, yes. You really did. But that's okay, because Zeka can just keep using guns on him. He's at a long enough range where he can just dodge shells. I'm surprised he's not shooting right now. That's gonna be too late. Yeah. Okay, what do we have? We have a Mecklenburg turning around with the Giuseppe Verdi. Alright, you're gonna take him on the left side. I would have taken him on the right side and kited towards the corner of the map.
I might just go down back in the B cap and then go towards these two enemy destroyers.
That's true as well. That's a good point.
You can, and if you do that, you can then just go over to the A cap afterwards, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's very true. Giuseppe Verdi makes Inky. This is one of the things I love about that chip is it's got sap secondaries. So you build it for secondaries and then you just go dark and laugh, except he chose to shoot while he was smoked up, so that's fun too. Okie dokie. The second rack might hit. Marceau's got wing-mounted torp, so he could have also fired on the other side at the Giuseppe too, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He could have flipped over and done
I
that.
had to think about that for a second.
I know.
actually don't have a Marceau.
It's been a long... Well, I'm looking at the weapons loadout right now on the screen, so... Anyway. Bo is continuing to race after the Clausewitz and Shinano. You gonna take a nap? Leave a lurk? Okay.
Yeah,
Sounds good,
I think
Dutch.
I'd just go after Bo here, like honestly. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna go after the destroyers. Makes sense.
what's he gotta do? He's a trump. Like, he's not gonna gun you down.
Yep.
And he's not gonna run away from you either because Trump.
Kind of unfortunate that the Hoffman didn't go after Bo, because I think the Hoffman could do really good too against him. You have to see the dock soon? Eesh. Well, I hope everything's okay, man. So you said you were planning on dumpstering the destroyers, but you stopped.
Got distracted by juicy targets.
Yeah. Dutch! Look at that.
Damage.
Look at that. Perfect timing. Dutch gets himself a CC container. Or no, blue boosters, I think.
Didn't he say he goes AFK? I don't think AFK people should be allowed to win.
Lol. He literally just mentioned something like 30 seconds ago. You want to get B ASAP, didn't want to turn your ship all the way around in a circle. Oh, okay. I don't know. I just think you found the devastation. You're like, ooh. Farming damage.
Wait, what smoke is that up there? Is it from the Shinano?
Probably. If I'm the Shinano player, that's exactly what I'm doing, right? I'm smoking myself to safety.
Yeah, I get that, but the smoke is so far away from the carrier itself, like...
He's been running for a long time. Sith Code 2, thanks for the follow. I almost called you something else. Stop for a second. You expected those guys to walk into B, and then they didn't, right? Okay, so that's the enemy Shinano.
Shinano smoke for the Trump. Yeah, I get it now too. That makes way more sense.
It does. And M1 is very active on Twitch, so I wouldn't be surprised if he was on Bo's stream and listening to him about that kind of stuff. So you farm down the station. Congrats.
Double strike? No, too slow.
Too slow on the double strike.
I'm surprised you actually increased the distance here.
Yeah, me too, actually.
Just stayed and killed him. Like... You might still kill him, but... You made this a bit harder than it needed to.
More importantly, in the process, the Seattle gets discovered because he's shooting and blah 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 else. Oh look, bombers.
And now I'm surprised Bo isn't actually shooting. At that distance, with his ballistics and his alpha on the 150s, I think I'd take my chances.
I know you're not a big damage farmer. Well, Shinano superiority. Also, rip the Clausewitz. You know he's coming for that next. So now you've got the question of, do you deal... I guess you deal with the carrier and get the cap. Because Mech and Giuseppe are on the other side of the map at this point.
The problem is, these Shinano HE bombers, the tacticals, are very devastating against destroyers.
Yeah, we saw that a moment ago.
Your guns don't do much against the Shinano, and you're closing the distance to it. So, it's a bit risky.
But at the same time, I think it's something you have to do. I mean, if the scores are correct up top, looks like they are, you are technically in the lead. But the Shinano is in a good position to just kill the Seattle as well.
Ooh.
AP. What are those, torpedo bombers? Okay. Probably don't need to use defensive anti-air on the torpedo bombers. Personally, I'd save them for the tacticals, right?
Yeah, that's the dangerous weapon, right?
Yep. Also note the range too. He's trying to stay outside of M1's secondary range on the Shinano. Because those secondaries hurt. Grabbing the low-hanging fruit, you got it. Well, here's the problem with going after Shinano. It smokes itself up, it moves forward, and then the nice thing too for the Shinano player is that his secondaries now are in range. See the secondaries coming at you.
He can use the smoke now though himself, like.
And that's what he's looking to do.
Boost des moteurs désactivé.
Holding his beer.
So I actually think like the Shinano using the smoky, it was a mistake.
Well, he kind of screwed up the smoke by this little bit here, right? He smoked himself up, and then he turned to go and attack Zeka.
While
And
the
this-
smoke was still running, yeah.
Exactly. And so Zeka is instinctively guessing where the carrier is based off the plane. He's wrong.
You could just charge the Shinano.
I would've-
What's he gonna do? You like.
I would have charged him too, but the problem is those secondaries really do hurt.
But the secondaries, like, if you go up on front and you come from the direct front, the secondaries can't really shoot there.
Yes, so what that means is that Zeka would have to go into the smoke and then turn out in front of the Shinano. He took the
Right.
Giga aggro approach here right. Meanwhile, the Giuseppe is doing a nice job of trying to shoot you. Oh, and there goes the Shinano to the mech.
Oof.
It's just you and a Seattle. This is gonna be very close.
2 minutes and 30 seconds, huh?
Yeah.
Gonna lose C.
Yep. And B. Giuseppe Verdi's at B now.
Is he going in? Okay.
Looks like he is. Hey, Rob.
Why is your Shinano, he still has planes in the air, why is he not resetting on C?
That I don't know.
L'équipage des canons anti-aériens est en alerte générale.
And this might be your death right here. And it's a whiff. I like that you're getting close to the Seattle for anti-air. Is your Shinano player gonna spot their Shinano?
I think that's what he's trying to do, but he really should have just resetted that battleship.
He could have reset the battleship. If he spots a Shinano and you guys have range on him, that's great. But you're at the extreme range right now. And Giuseppe can
The problem
shoot
is
you.
you actually need this kill too, otherwise you
Yeah.
lose on points, I think.
Yep.
And you need that kill without any of you dying, so...
Yep. And
Good
Giuseppe's
luck.
been shooting at you the whole time you're detected, so you gotta know this is coming.
Shinano might have the kill here.
Skip bombers. Oh, the dodge and the kill. Look at that. Now you just have to hope the Seattle doesn't die in 30 seconds. 30 seconds. 264 more hit points than he needs, right? Run indeed.
Thanks
Oh,
for
look
all-
at them fishing.
Fun fact, by the way, without Oponyo, he would be dead.
Yes. In this case, Abanyu makes it happen. Hey, SFNL. Happy Friday, man. And 5 seconds to go. And it's a victory. Wow.
You got a bit
What an
lucky there
ending.
in the end, but yeah, good game.
Yeah, we win indeed, Stone. How's it going, dude? Get you a shout out, sir. Yeah, I pinged you so you knew we were covering that one. That was you in the Hanover. You were probably streaming this game, I'm guessing. And I'm sure Bo was also streaming this game. So that's kind of funny how that works, huh? Their CV through by not targeting you. I think their carrier player was expecting to kill the Seattle easily enough and was hoping that the Giuseppe would whack you. He's got AP skip bombers. An overpen would have killed you. An overpen would have killed you, right? But still, some good achievements though. You got expert.
If he lands the bomb, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Skip bomber, like the problem with the skip bombers is like Zeka didn't shoot. I guess he was shooting at that time. He was spotted, and there was enough time to line them up to get a better drop.
Yep.
But if a destroyer player knows what he's doing and he turns into the skip bombers,
Mm-hmm.
they most likely just miss because of the way they drop. It's
very tough.
unreliable to use skip bombers against a good destroyer player.
Right, right. And you one more secondary hit might have been enough to kill you too, by the way. Which is also something interesting to think about, right? Like, wow. Kitten sneezing would have killed Zeka, right? A chinago is a fried chicken taco that's made in Chicago. Well, that's fun. All right, let's get the replay renderer up and running. How you doing, by the way, 23PO? Hey,
the
Kika.
only thing I didn't like was this idling around in the B cap and not committing to this destroyer on the Norse earlier.
Yeah, there was definitely some options there. I think killing Bo and the other Marceau earlier would have been helpful instead of because not only did he loiter in B, but he also loitered south of B for a while too.
It might have saved his own carrier too.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Maybe
not.
Ouija, your health comes first, man. Go get yourself looked at, okay? Falcon, Ouija fell and hurt his knee, so yeah, go get it looked at, seriously.
Also, Blue Falcon, yes, it was a nice day in Bavaria today.
You're decompressing from Wednesday. Ah. So, what should we title this game should it make its way to YouTube, guys? What do you think?
Knife's Edge.
Okay, Knife's Edge, good work. Last minute miracle. How about Abanu miracle? I don't even know how to spell Abanu.
Ow, boy, no.
AUBOYNEAU. Got it. I just pulled it up on the replay because it's got the credits in XP, so I can see it there. Always spec SE. Well, yes, but
to your... Sorry.
But Zeka, for you, the SE with Abanu is even more important. I mean, you would have been dead if you didn't have Abanu. What was your question?
The health flag.
That too.
I said I wonder how the Clausewitz actually died.
Carrier.
Did they just get tickled down all?
Nah, he just got wrecked by the carrier. You'll see it after Bo dies. You can see the skip bomber's heading, and I just knew. I'm like, that's GG for him.
Yeah, I see. Like, it's just constant attacks and getting chipped down.
Yeah. Well, you're going to see in a sec here. He turns back in to help support the kill on the Trump, and that's what's going to get him killed because he turns back in. And the carrier says, well, forget the Seattle. I'll just go and wreck the Clausewitz, which is what he does. You haven't played what mode, Falcon? Here comes the crazy charging on in. The problem is, if you went through the channel, you'd be stuck behind him, and that'd be tough to fight and kill.
Yeah,
maybe.
It looked like the Shinano was slowing down though when he used the smoke, but he actually did not. So this charge would actually not have worked.
Yep, he was speeding up to full speed. And then you can see there's the next smoke there to make sure he stays dark.
Yeah, this is where you should have died to these bombs, but
yeah. Or to the Giuseppe Verdi shells, frankly. And then this is where the Shinano player made the mistake. He smoked himself and then turned too early. So because of that, he was spotted. And that got him killed. You think this is operations with flagships? Don't understand. Yeah, you worked down that that carrier, right, with AP. You hit him with 105 AP shells for almost 49,000 damage. Dude, Zeka, I don't know what else to say but GG, man. I'm sure, and Sony too, I'm sure for you guys, that game was probably the highlight of your day, and you probably said, all right, it's all downhill from here, right? Like, whatever. But thanks much, dude. Thanks much. Up next is going to be your kid game.